I refuse to move Voyager away. That's my main menu character. I'm not gonna pull him away now. I know why you guys are here. I wasn't expecting you today, but since you're here, let's talk about 37 versus 6. I've had a lot of people talking on my YouTube and streaming, like in chat. What should I do? Should I pull 37 or 6, right? Like I have X amount of pulls. What should I prioritize? Should it's 37 worth? Is 37 worth if you don't do A or if you do B, right? So we're going to talk about it, right? So first of all, keep in mind that Pridwen sometimes makes mistakes. For example, this one is wrong. This doesn't give you 1 stack of Eureka. Everything does the moment you get A1, right? So keep in mind, like some of the Pridwen information might be slightly wrong or misspelled. So, right? So with that in mind, I am just using this because it's something that we can watch while I talk. Now, first of all, let's start with 37. Is 37 worth pulling? It depends first on multiple factors. First of all, how many pulls do you have, right? If you have a lot of pulls and you can afford to pull 1 copy, that's fine. But if you are going to pull 37 because you need a main star DPS, then it's not worth it, because PC, especially at P0, because her damage is not that high. Genesis damage helps a little bit because it transcends like the defenses, obviously. She gives a little bit of buffs. She has the follow-up attack, true. But if you lack the follow-up units and you don't have P anything, like P0, then as a main DPS, I think she falls off even behind like someone like Lilia, right? So first of all, yes, she gives Eureka to herself. So if you want to get her to a certain portrait, what portrait would you have to pull for, right? You would have to pull for P3, which is a lot, right? P3, why P3? Because it makes the stacks go a little higher of Eureka that you get from the ult. This gives you +2. You want to rush the follow-up attack with 37. You want to do damage on that one as well. So by getting P3, you can do that, and you also get more damage and stuff like that. Now, supplementary formula is the name of the follow-up attack, and you get higher damage on the attack and the Genesis. Now, if you are going for a P0, then you have to also pick up other units, such as 6 or follow-up attacks that unit that paired with 37 give her more Eureka, because she gains 1 Eureka every time someone else does a follow-up attack. So Lilia, Miss New Babel. Miss New Babel is up right now. If you want to pick her up for whatever reason, you shouldn't, but if you want her because you like her or something, you want to do a specific team, you have extra pulls, you're new or something, you can do that. It's going away today in 24 hours, 23, 22. Lilia coming up probably tomorrow, right after New Babel, which is before Chunians, it's the intended character that people were looking forward before knowing about the 1.6 character. Oh yeah, okay, I have Lilia, then I can get 37, because every time you do the single attack with Lilia, she also, and you crit, she also follows up, and that follow up gives 1 Eureka to 37. Now, if you want Chu, if you're planning on getting Chunians from 1.6, now that's pretty much it, right? 37 needs Chu, because Chu has like 3 or 4 follow-up attacks just by playing her as main DPS, and then you put 37 as a secondary DPS, where she just do the ult, maybe some damage here and there if you're lacking Chu cards or the ult, right? And just you wait with her, and you just use her for the extra attack that you trigger with Chu's follow-ups, right? So if you do that, that's a decent way. Otherwise, it makes no sense, right? So now let's move on. And so no, it's not worth pulling P0 if you're not getting any follow-up attack and you're not getting Chu, then no, I don't think it's worth pulling, right? Compared to 6. Now, let's move on to 6. 6 is a powerhouse. It's kind of a must pull. It gives a lot of buffs. It gives a lot of debuffs. You can check on Pridwen, you can check the pool, or you can go watch my guides for both characters to have a deeper understanding. This is just 37 versus 6 pull worth, something like that, the video, so I'm not going to go too in depth. He has a lot of debuffs that you can apply, a lot of buffs. Is the one of the few characters that can give Empower incantation, and instead of being a random card incantation or a random character empowered incantation, it's gonna you will be able to target the character that you want to give Empower incantation to, because it comes from the buff, right? So as it says here, if you have 5 or more Eureka stacks. So you want to get a lot of Eurekas to then trigger these extra mechanics on his cards. His ult deals a lot of damage by default, and if Eureka at 6 or more, you consume the stacks and you enhance its attack 75% for every stats down, negative status control status on the target, max to 4. This value increases with P portraits, but you don't need it, right? Because it's just some more damage on a buffer. You don't need any portrait, so it's that's more value. That's more positive things on his side, right? Now you could technically get P2 if you want to pull it. You can get P2, gives a Eureka gain from that's another pre-doing mistake. This is +1 from the I1. It doesn't say it. +1 from I1, which is if any allies are affected by 4 or more buffs, various buffs, Eureka +2 it becomes, right? And then this one, when attacking target is damage dealt +16. This is also referred into the second part of P2. When attacking a target, damage dealt +24. So it's an 80% more damage. It's not that big of a deal, right? So you can easily P0. The power of 6 is basically fitting everywhere you want, and you need like some support, some buffer. You get a buffer, a debuffer, a decent damage from the ult, which is really, really good. And in my opinion, you can put him everywhere, and it basically makes everything better, right? So especially in 4-man, but even in 3-man, you can do main DPS, 6, any healer, and you're chilling, right? Because he also heals, because from amongst the different buffs, there's also a cure 1. So you passively, if you have like Tooth Fairy and 6, for example, there's gonna be constant healings, even though you're not playing any cards. Even though they're tiny, they help. Trust, they really help. Now, it's based on max HP, right? The cure. Now it's not completely like explained here. Maybe I'll add like a comment below, but yeah, you know what I mean, right? It's gonna be like 300-400. It's like the baby tooth, right? So now, between the two, who should you pull for? Realistically, 6. 37, no, right? Because like you need so many, unless you like the character, but then it's not general anymore. It's your opinion or your train of thoughts, and your character, your account needs like that character, or you want to do the god team, which is Chunyan's 37, 6, and Tooth Fairy, right? You could do that. Now, if you're picking up Chu, you could get 37, but Chu doesn't need 37. 37 needs Chu, right? Chu can play by herself, by alone. You can even solo. If you P5 Chu, you can even solo Limbo. It's not that big of a deal. You just do that, and then you chuck like a 6 that you pulled. So I would say that 6 is more important than 37. But if you want to do some specific teams, then picking up at least one copy of 37 and Chu, it's definitely a strat. I'm gonna try to do it myself on stream on the 29th. Be there, twitch.tv/Jagazin. You know what I'm saying. But yes, that's it. Thank you for watching. See you next time.